Hi everyone, it is the weekend. It is warm. I have the gardener here because I can't keep up with the leaves and the seed pods falling from the trees. It is just too much along with everything else. So, all in all, it is still a very busy Saturday. Okay, guys, I trust you are all having a good time playing along in the competition. And I'm not even looking at the comments on yesterday's video until next week. I don't really know what to say or where to start today's video because what I have to say is not necessarily the stuff in the headlines right now. Plus, I honestly do not want to repeat myself either. So the scope is rather narrow today, and my opinion not as flexible as usual. Okay, so I'm going to start by answering a question I had been asked what I thought about the gossip surrounding Frederik and Mary of Denmark and the alleged affair between Frederik and Genoveva Casanova. Well, let me just say from the outset that I'm not from the elite classes where mistresses and lovers are actually part of life, or so it seems. Let's just say that I'm single and had been single for almost 18 years because I indeed believe in being monogamous. And I mean, mostly for health and cleanliness reasons. For 60 years, I've managed to avoid STDs and worse, and I'm not going to risk contracting something like that anytime soon. So there you go, in a nutshell. So back to Frederik and Genoveva Casanova. I'm sorry, guys, I don't buy the innocence spiel and read Genoveva Casanova's statement and read it carefully. And if you read it too, you will notice that she states, I categorically deny the statements that suggest a romantic relationship between Prince Frederik and me. Okay, now that statement I do believe, but because a sexual relationship or a one night stand does not mean a romantic relationship, not always. Now, I looked through the photographs and I read through the chain of events, and I also read about the excuse that a friend, an unnamed friend, could no longer accompany the prince, so Genoveva Casanova was designated to accompany him. Now, I'm sorry, once again, I'm so sorry. It sounds like a load of trash to me because clearly Prince Frederik did not book himself a hotel room ahead of time, seeing that he had to change clothes and stay over in Genoveva's apartment building. Rather odd, don't you think? So where did he think he was going to change and sleep in Madrid when he booked his flight? Or maybe his secretary or aide booked it. But what did he tell them before they booked the trip for him? But even if we preferred to be naive and choose to believe that he was ditched by a friend, or as is being speculated that he was set up, then he still had many, many opportunities during the course of the afternoon and evening to just be open and frank with Ms. Casanova and say, oh, hey, I'm going to book myself into a hotel because I just think it will be a better look and a safer option. You know, these pesky paparazzi can really screw things up for a man. But he didn't do that, did he? He thought Ms. Casanova was not the King of England and he could dress down and travel incognito in Madrid, or so it seems. But let's quickly run through the timeline and then you can decide for yourself what you believe. Frederik and Genoveva visited the Pablo Picasso exhibition, after which they strolled around El Retiro Park in the center of Madrid on the afternoon of the 25th of October. At around 7 p.m., the two, who had been together at the exhibition and on the walk in the park, went to her apartment separately. Why? Just in case photographers were following them? I'm just asking. Well, I guess the photographer was indeed more streetwise and had likely seen this kind of tactic before and waited at the apartment building for Frederik to arrive. Anyway, it paid off for the photographer when they re-emerged from her building at 9 p.m. Both had changed into different clothing. They emerged from the building again separately, but got into the same vehicle. They went to a Spanish restaurant where they also got to watch a flamenco performance. Strangely, they also remained at their table while other customers left and waiters started finishing up their shifts and lights were being switched off. In my opinion, they did this in case a journalist or photographer was waiting outside, creating the illusion that they have left already, maybe via a back entrance. They finally emerged at 1 a.m. Frederik opened the car door for Genoveva and they drove off. The next morning at 3:30 a.m., Prince Frederik left the apartment building and was driven to the airport from where he flew back to Denmark. I mean, the man only got there at 1 a.m. and flew out again at 3:30 a.m. Maybe someone should tell Frederik that traveling with two bodyguards is usually a dead giveaway that you are somebody of interest and not a good way to remain incognito. Anyway, I do feel sorry for Crown Princess Mary because, set up or not, the prince willingly allowed the situation to continue and escalate. To make matters even worse, they, Frederik and Mary, had to host King Philippe and Queen Letitia of Spain during their visit to Denmark. So it indeed had to appear to be business as usual. Anyway, we'll see how this unfolds, but I'm guessing that Queen Margriet will have a stern word with her son, because from what I understand, Queen Margriet of Denmark is indeed very, very fond of her daughter-in-law, so much so that she appointed Mary as regent should she be unable to carry out duties. Frederik will have to watch his step. His son is now over 18 and his wife is a clear favorite. More than that, I can't say. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe it will just all blow over. Mary is indeed a feisty, beautiful, strong woman, and a blonde reality star is not going to destroy her life. Of that, I am relatively sure. Anyway, guys, so that is what I think of this matter, and I wish Crown Princess Mary everything of the best. She is intelligent and educated, and at 51, still slim, trim, and beautiful. As for old Fred, just zip it, mate. Okay, guys, I'll be back soon. I'm working my way through some gossip and comments, so until I've done so, take good care of yourself. Bye.